Hello everybody and welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game, and later on in the video, beamng.drive. Today I'm going to be making the most generic car I can. And we're not actually going to be making one, we're going to be making two of them. And these are going to be based on European type of cars, because European and American cars are very different and you can't really find an easy median in between them. And also, if I were to do it for the US, I'd basically just make a Honda Civic. And in Europe, there's a lot more options, a lot more brands, and stuff like that. So there is less of one specific type of car that you see the most. There's a bit more variation than in the US. Anyways, we're going to be making this one, which is kind of a sedan slash hatchback body. I'm not sure which one of the two it is. I think it's a hatchback, though, maybe, judging by the shape of this rear here. Anyways, we're also actually going to be making a wagon version of this as well, because wagons are really, really popular in Europe. Anyways, yeah, I guess we should get right in. Just going to go for steel right over here. Chassis type, we'll go with a monocoque chassis. And then I think just regular steel. As for the engine place, we go front transverse. We want this to be front wheel drive. Front suspension, we can do we do independent or dependent? You know what, we could do coil here, and then we can make like, we could have double wishes with American. We'll put like, we could put a semi-trailing arm in the rear, and we'll definitely need to lower that down. Okay, anyways, we're going to make a new engine right over here. I'll name it later. Also, this was going to be the Guinea, and then it was going to be the Guinea Leaf, and this was going to be the Guinea Leaf SF. And we'll just put 4 there. Just random number. I like the number 4. We are going to go for an inline 4. Block material cast iron. We'll make this 2.2 liter engine. I think that's fair. Let's see. Do we make it square? I think I'll make it square. There we go. Oh, that's exactly 2.2. Nice. Heads and valves. We could go for direct acting because I'm gonna have 2. Head material. We'll go for some cast iron. Just some pretty basic stuff. As for the crank, we might change that later. Cast. We can put that in, that's fine. We want this to be reasonably cheap, at least definitely under 20 grand. I think I'll fiddle with all that stuff later, not going to be turbocharged. We do want it to be slightly modern, at least, because we like that in Europe. So we're going to go for injection single point. Do we do EFI? Yeah, we'll do EFI, sure. Intake manifold, we'll do low. Although, I think we'll do medium and then we'll like decrease the size to 40. And that's a bit better, I like that. Then we'll do medium there, make it a bit smaller definitely as well. Or low and then we make it larger. How much larger do we need to make it? We want it to be like 130, right? Nah, I think that should be fine actually. The single exhaust, yes. And we can actually make that a tiny bit smaller too. That's better for the regulations. What about this? We'll do 2-way baffled reverse flow right there. Oh, and the exhaust is killing us. I might have wanted to make it a bit larger. Shouldn't have decreased the size that much, but oh well. Where do you want this to be at? This is fine, I think. Yeah, that's good. And the intake manifold, that's actually not so surprising. Hedges are actually fine, surprisingly enough. Okay. And we won't change the aesthetics or anything like that, I reckon. We can actually rev to 6200. Is that high? I think it's a bit high. Let's go over here and we'll decrease that just to like 58, I reckon. Basically 100 horsepower, definitely happy with that. Lower down the cam profile a bit, 35 is fine. And honestly, compression, Might just up that. Actually, we could go lower that. I think that isn't that like increased comfort or something. And now it's got a lot of unutilized octane, etc., etc. I'll put it at 10 or something. There we go. What was it gonna change? Valves probably. Where is it at? Although actually, I'll put that at like 45. Honestly, I think we're pretty fine. Although we could this could be a performance medium, and then decrease that all the way down to 40. I think, yeah, that's better. And then let's just increase that to 80. That's fine. Honestly, nah, definitely not. Okay, this is fine. I'm definitely happy with this. We got about a pretty basically 100 horsepower. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now we have 100 horsepower. Okay. Definitely very happy with that. What's the cost of this engine? Up about $1,000. That's pretty good, to be honest. Okay, so we'll start off with this one first, and then I'll make the wagon after that, I reckon. Do all the decoration and coloring and stuff like that later. We're gonna make it a transverse front wheel drive. Definitely. Honestly, you know, it's 2012. We want to be modern in Europe, so we'll make it an automatic 4-speed. With a top speed of 200. There we go. Spacing. That's. I might just leave it at that. Although that does go to 60. I mean, it's fine. Differentials. We'll go for an electric limited slip differential. Might change that if the car turns out being a bit expensive, which wouldn't really surprise me. We'll go for radials, I think. Medium compound? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's take a look at the width of these. Rear tires are pretty skinny, I feel like. 230s maybe there, 220s there. I reckon that's not bad. Also, they're huge. Let's decrease these to like 740s, rim size 20. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Although we might actually, yeah, we're gonna keep it at that. Make the tires. Can we not? We can't make them any smaller. We'll go like that. That's fine. Gonna increase the size again a bit. And then for the wagon, I think I'll make the rims a tiny bit smaller, probably something like that. Offset, change that as well. Oh, that's the front. 40, a bit more offset in the rear, gonna go like 50. Or maybe not. I'll change that later as well then. Just gonna leave it at steel rims. We'll have a solid disc, 2 pistons. Actually, 2 pistons in the front, and then we'll have 1 piston in the back. We'll make that 300, and we'll make those 340. Increase the force there to 120, and then decrease the force there to 75. You know, we got pretty big pads, which allows us to make the car a bit more comfortable, which is definitely good. And listen to me say that, and then having to fix all this. So, because we're making a generic car, we're gonna make it a 5. It's obviously a 5-door. Yeah, we're gonna have 2 seats in the front, bench in the back. Just go for a standard interior and standard infotainment, sure, because it's a family car. We want some infotainment for sure. Bench in the back. 3 wide, yes. If you want to sit in the middle, you're gonna need to be pretty skinny though. Go for variable hydraulic. I think we'll just go with traction control and ABS. Advanced safety, because it's a family car, sort of, I guess. I'm not going to change the weight, anything like that. Springs, make them progressive springs. Twin tube. Make those just passive, I guess. And we don't actually even have that many issues. As for these presets, I think we'll go for normal, and then go something like that. There we go. Although we could decrease that a bit as well. Front brake force is low compared to the grip. Wow, that's only actually the last issue we have. Can we... Oh, here's the brakes. Let's take a look at that. Oh, that is indeed a bit low. We don't have any brake fade though, do we? Might just want to increase that to 360. It'll increase that to 80. Rear brake force is very high. Oh no, what you gonna do about that? You happy now? You're not happy? Well, do something about it. Actually decrease that back to 360 and I'll put this at 40. Now actually, something very important. What's the cost of this? It's below 15. Okay, definitely happy about that. Honestly, this is pretty good. I'm happy with this. Yeah. So I need to remember to not make it too luxury, also make it like people want to have it. Slightly modern, but not too modern for its time. And I definitely need to lower it down as well, and do a little bit of morphing so it doesn't, it'll look a bit more square, maybe, a bit less slick like it's looking now, because it is going to be a reasonably cheap car. Anyways, let's design it. Would you look at that? This is the Guinea Leaf SF4, and it's supposed to be an extremely generic car with not too many accents, however not modeled after one specific vehicle. And honestly, I think I did a pretty good job. And here's the wagon. I recorded a tiny bit of the process of making this, not actually the time lapse of everything, but it was really weird. For some reason, the in-game music was so incredibly deafening that you couldn't hear me, so that's fine though. Here it is. You can take a look around it. Basically, what I did is we went to the trim body and we selected the wagon one. This one's a hatchback. So we selected the wagon one, and then everything looked extremely goofy because, of course, the body's entirely different. It's a bit lower, a bit longer. There's actually this back part over here. So then I went ahead and fixed everything up. That was off camera anyways, so that's fine. And before that I went, also we noticed it was extremely wide. This is extremely wide. If I go into morphing, I can actually only make this wider. So where's the thing to, that's the wrong one. There, I can only make it wider. This is the skinniest I can make the side fenders, and they look extremely wide. But oh well. Anyways, we lowered the top speed a bit because of course it's heavier. I changed wheels from medium compound to hard long life, and they were for some reason ridiculously big, so we made them a little bit smaller. Then as for the brakes, we just improved them a tiny bit, and I can actually see that it was a bit ridiculous, especially in the front, so we can just lower that down a bit maybe. Anyways, we didn't change anything over here. The interior, we upped the quality just by 1, and then we changed the steering to electric variable because this car was quite a bit heavier, and then I thought I lowered the quality of that by 1 because we gave it extremely good stuff, but apparently we didn't. So that's that. And then the suspension, I just made the rear a bit. I guess I just gave it a bit more suspension, a bit more stiff as well. And then here it is. We can take a look at these. Apparently they're both going to cost the same or something like that. Both around 15,000, which I'm really happy with. Well, 13,200 according to this graph here, and the other one was 13,100 or something like that. Or 12.5 grand. You know, something in that region. Anyways, I'm really happy with both of these. You can see a bit where they're going to sell here. But anyways, I've already imported both of them into beamng.drive, and we're going to check them both out right now. Okay, so here both of them are. Let's see if I can get a view from here. There we are. This is them. So, I don't even know what the names are. Let's go ahead and check that. The Guinea Leaf SF4 and BF4W for the wagon. Okay. Anyways, you can listen to it. It sounds pretty okay, actually. They're not extremely fast. Here we are, and this is in kilometers per hour, so that explains it a bit more. However, oh, those side fenders a bit, they're sticking out a bit much, but oh well. Anyways, I still say it's a pretty decent speed. As you can see, we're still cruising, still accelerating. Now it's time for the ultimate brake test, and whoa, that's extremely good. Also, I didn't actually make the suspension too hard, too stiff or too soft. It's actually pretty perfect. Cornering is also pretty nice. Traction, nice. But I think honestly the main reason for everything being reasonably nice and good and stuff like that. The steering wheel. Why does the steering wheel not work? The screen does work this time, which is already a major improvement. I think the main reason for it handling so well is because it's a slow car, right? Anyways, yeah, it drives really good, really good. Definitely very happy with that. And we seem to have kind of lost the wheel. Let's just grab the other one then. There we go. This one, the suspension seems to be a bit stiff. Let's see. Yeah, the suspension's a bit stiff on this one. Also, it's a lot lower to the ground. Wow. Okay. Anyways, this one should be a tiny bit slower, I believe, just because it's a tiny bit heavier as well. But that's fine. Oh, let's not. Yep, let's crash into the wall there. I kind of feel like taking one of these off-roading. Is that? Yeah, that's fine, right? Let's see. I should actually probably take the other one because this one has really stiff suspension, and I'm not sure what did we just lose? I think that's, wait, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, now we're reversing a bit far. What is that? Oh, it was our number plate. Why is our number plate so big? I don't know. Anyways, we can just continue. Who needs a number plate, right? Not like we're paying any tax anyways, and not like we're insured or anything like that. Wow, it's actually handling pretty well, and the suspension doesn't seem to be too stiff now. Although it is mainly the rear suspension that's so stiff. And this is where the front wheel drive kills us, which I guess makes a lot of sense, right? It has 100 horsepower, so you know it's pretty good. Let's see if the other one can do this, and then once we've tested that out, I will take them both. Well, no, I'll just take this one to the track. This one's a bit faster, and I like the tuning of this one just a tiny bit more. Oh, seems like, oh, we lost that number plate as well. That's too bad. Yeah, I like the tuning on this one a bit more, and this one's a tiny bit faster. So this is going to be the one we're going to take over to the track. Anyways, definitely very happy with how these turned out. If you like this car a lot too, then, you know, oh, it looks like we got a flat tire. That's unfair. Okay, so as I was saying, if you like this car a lot too, then you can actually join my Discord where we basically almost have 100 members. Um, we've got like 96, something like that, so basically 100 members. You can join if you want through the link in the description, and then you can download both of the cars from this video and all the cars from my previous videos as well. Anyways, let's see if we can get up here. Come on, we can basically get up here. Why is there none in the center? Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you are. I knew you could make it. Yeah, that was no match against the front wheel drive, really, was it? Anyways, yeah, definitely very happy with how these cars turned out. I'm ranting a bit now. Repeating myself. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that we've only lost our number plate this far. Oh, didn't really see that coming. I thought we already lost our number plate. Didn't we lose it like all the way down there? Oh, I reset the car. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyways, let's just we're actually doing this pretty well. Anyways, I'm gonna take these both over to the track, and then we can see how slow they are. So as usual, we're on the automation test track. There we go. Got the Guinea Leaf. It's the SF4. And we're gonna start this mission and see if we can do this in under 5 minutes. Under 5 minutes will probably be a thing, for sure. Interior cam's kind of weird. I wonder if it only feels weird because the steering wheel doesn't actually work, or if it's just actually kind of goofy. Anyways, that was those turns without a problem because we're not even going fast. Which means we'll not have to use our brakes, which are actually, like, insanely good for once. Well, and not too good. They're very fine. I like the brakes a lot. There we are. Let's go. As you can see, the brakes are really, really good. Which is hopefully going to improve our time a little bit. But, you know, it's not like we need to brake that much, as I said. Because we're not going so fast. There we go. The turning could be better. I feel like these are both pretty heavy. For the cars they are, they're not that heavy, but they are kind of. This one's a bit less than 2 tons, and the other one, the wagon version, is just about 2 tons. I think it's like a few kilograms more. So yeah, oh, we're actually going 160 now. Didn't really expect that. Pretty proud of myself for that. So they're pretty heavy. Not as heavy as my Bentley hatchback though. But you know, that's a Bentley. We seem to be topping out at 169, which is surprising, seeing as I think like the game said my top speed would be somewhere in the range of 200. But that's fine. Also, it's a bit weird for this aesthetic. I made it a bit too modern, and we'd like that in Europe. Yeah, we like these modern cars. That's epic. The more modern it looks, the better it sells. However, this car just has a bit of a trash engine, which is definitely my fault. But still, it looks really nice, really simplistic, kind of modern, and you'd expect it to go a bit faster, I guess. Like we're not even highway speeds now. We're 10 kilometers per hour off from the highway speeds. So that's, yeah, and that's not even fast highway speed. Fast highway speed is 130. So I mean, we did hit that, but we were topping out at 169. There we go. Let's not get off the track right now, since we're basically finished. Looks like it's gonna be like a sub 3 minute, although that's still actually questionable if that's even gonna happen. Anyways, not like we have much to compare it to, because this is only the second car I'm actually racing on this track. The only other one I've raced was my Bentley hatchback. Anyways, apparently I selected 2 laps. I will race it. I will race it again, and then we'll look at the results. Okay, I basically just got the same time as before. Um, and as you can see, we lost to the whatever this was. Oh, this was the Bentley hatchback. We lost to the Bentley hatchback by like 20 seconds, which is pretty obvious. It's you know, it's faster than I thought, to be honest. Anyways, that's that. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you have any video suggestions or anything like that, make sure to leave those down in the comment section below. But for right now, thank you ever so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.